over to my channel. See, that's not my channel. Hello, if anybody's coming in. It does say I'm live now. Okay.
Yeah, I got some update. My husband did some updates to my computer, so now I can't find anything. Chrome got updated as well as Microsoft. So okay,
Oh,
I'm there now. Did some
well,
updates to my computer.
Patricia is here.
Hi, Patricia. Well, I'm just cutting strips
I
right
haven't even
now
done.
of my
I
cabinet.
haven't even done that yet. I'm just making sure that. Hmm, that doesn't- just making sure everything is set right is all I'm doing. We're a little early, Patricia. We're just gonna hang out until 7 o'clock. We aren't gonna start till then. We've got like 8 people watching, so
Well, then we're doing fine.
that's right. That's good. Yay! So
If
let me
y'all
get
don't
everything
have
out
your
here.
papers sanded, you might take this time to do that. I mean, your boards.
Yep.
I did it lightly. I don't know that you have to, but I think sometimes it works better if you do.
Okay. Now this is interesting. Okay. They have changed the way that StreamYard's chat looks. So you know
Oh, I need to get on my headphones. Sorry, it's going to take a minute.
that's all right. Um, Hello, Patricia and Holly and Kendra and Mary's here. Hello, everybody. Patricia's up. Let me see. Judy's here. Hello. I got both Patricias are here, so hello to both of you. Mary, your package went out today. Mary is not sanding. Okay, well that's okay, dear. I don't care if you don't sand. I did because I knew most of mine was kind of slick. Um, and we got on just a little bit early, so we're going to kind of hold off. And I'm going to do an enabler alert. I was very good. I went to Dollar Tree today. Hi. Um, it's Sharon, if I pronounced that correctly. Um, I did go Dollar Tree today, and I did buy the readers I needed because I bought different kinds of readers, different strengths. But this that this ribbon that I got last year that we couldn't find, they have this. Um, it was in their fall Halloween stuff. So those of you not doing the no spin thing, I'm telling you they have it because it was such beautiful ribbon, and they have it again. So I just wanted y'all to know that they had that.
Sharian.
What?
Sharian is how you
Shay
say her name.
Shay Shay Rianne. Okay, Shay Rianne. Okay, I will try to remember that, dear. Um, that is pretty. Are you from here in the state? Yeah, Mary, I haven't had to have readers before, so I had some, but they're all too strong. Um, so I had to go get. I had one pair that was working last week, and I wore them Sunday, which means I can see the chat. Um, uh, but they were most everything is that I had was too strong, so I went and got ones and 1.25. Okay, Mary. Um, so are you going to use you're going to use art glitter glue, right, my dear Miss?
Yeah, I probably am because that I like it so much. I'm just going to use it.
Okay.
I do have tacky glue. I do have Fabri-Tac, but Fabri-Tac stinks And tacky glue is hard for me to get out of the bottle, so I'm just going to use my art glitter glue.
Well,
Hi,
I
Nancy.
I don't know if this has a inner cap on it or not. Yeah, this got an inner cap, and because we're going to be gone, I'm not going to open that. You know, I'd rather just leave it closed and use it when I get back. Nancy's here. Hi. Lisa tore her strips. I'm kind of waiting to do much of anything until 7 o'clock because we are a little early. Lisa, how big did you? Yours isn't. Yours about the same size as mine.
They're about not quite an inch and a half wide.
No, I meant your. I was thinking about your pages.
Oh, yeah. See, the covers, the biggest ones are 5 inches wide
Mm-hmm.
by 8 inches tall,
Okay.
and then
Mine
everything else is smaller than that.
mine are 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I actually cut a cereal box front in half. One of the things that they suggested, guys, is that your front and back cover kind of be the same size. That was, one of the only suggestions she had, just because it protects your inner pages. They don't have to stay within the inside. Do any of yours stick out, Lisa?
No, all
No.
of mine, I cut them all smaller.
Okay.
Um, I just decided I wanted to be inside.
Okay. Do you want to kind of show what kind of packaging you're using? Just
All right. My covers are from Club Crackers, and then I have some that are just barely smaller than that are Raisin Bran and Triscuit. And then I have some a little smaller than that were graham crackers. And they were originally all about the same size, but I just cut them down to
cut
make them
them
a little
down
bit
little.
smaller.
Hi, Franna.
And then I've got a couple of different ones that are from, I'm not sure what this is. I don't eat cereal. I think this is the rest of the Raisin Bran box.
Yeah, that kind of looks
I
like
just use the cereal my mom gives me the boxes for. Yeah, this is Raisin Bran box. And I just cut them, a little bit smaller still. And then I've got these two that were off of this man cave turkey patties, the front and back of that. And then I've got some that were from a you
Kleenex
know,
box.
Kleenex box. And then I've got some that were from a watercolor palette and from a facial cleansing bar. And so I've got these three more
Mm-hmm.
than the 16 she had.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
didn't
if I'm
count.
going to use two of these or not. Um, I cut some extras in case I decided I didn't want these really little ones.
Yeah.
I just hadn't decided yet. And then I've got one. So one somewhere, at least one of these isn't going to be in there. Maybe three of them won't be,
Uh
but at
huh.
least one won't be. And actually, probably three of them can't be if you're going to do it in pairs like she did,
Right.
where you do 8 pairs and then 4 pairs and then 2 pairs and then,
Mm-hmm.
but you could stick another pair in there and it wouldn't be a problem. It just, you couldn't do it in the order she did it in.
Yeah, I just did. I didn't even count. Hi, Mindy and Mina. Um, I've got. This is my covers are half of a um, generic Raisin Bran box, and then I have. Let's see here. I think this was a postcard that came in the mail. Mhm. Um, Quinoa. We eat a lot of that, and I have two of those. That's more of the postcard that came in the mail. This is another postcard that came in the mail. These are my tea boxes. I use this every day. We make regular iced tea, but I put this in my iced tea. Hi, Violet. That's more of the postcard. Another tea box. Um, okay, this is packaging. I'm having trouble seeing a little bit tonight, so I'm not sure. Ellison Educational Equipment. So it's packaging from something. Dies made in China. So it's from metal dies for my big shot. Um, Lipton soup boxes, which I love to use Lipton soup boxes for things. And I use this on meat. Um, that's more of the packaging. Oh, there we go.
Hi, Annie. Hi,
For the
Freda.
dies,
Good to
whatever
see
this
y'all.
was. And more. This was an advertising postcard came in the mail. So that's what I have. More of those
I think
boxes.
you could just do about anything if it's fairly stiff.
Yeah, I think the whole point is that you need something that's got some body to it. That's the biggest thing. So okay, it is 7 o'clock. So Lisa has already pulled off a couple of pieces. I do not know if this is going to rip, so we're going to find out. Um, Partially because it's got some
Hi, Laura.
paint in it, and I don't know that it will rip because of the paint. It's something I did a long time ago. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Yeah, it's not going to rip, so I'm going to have to cut mine. Not a big deal. So Lisa has ripped hers, and I think she said they were about an inch and a half.
Almost an inch and a half wide. And then I'm just cutting them about, I don't know, it's probably 2.5 inches. Let me see. A little more than 2.5 inches. They're not
Uh,
probably even all the same. I'm just snipping them.
who else playing along with this book? And just so y'all know, Lisa's losing her voice from her little cold or whatever it is, and my eyeballs are tired. But Mary's playing, and Patricia's playing. This one is easy, Patricia. Judy's playing.
No complicated folding or
No,
popping up or
no pop ups.
no sewing.
No complicated twist around that thread. Fran is playing. Well, at least four people are making books. Has Janet popped in yet?
I haven't seen her.
Hi, Crafting with Annie. Oh, I'm so glad you shared it with her because if you all don't know this, this is a book that Kylie Koo it made um, on her channel.
Hi,
Um,
Lori.
and
Hi,
Joyce
Joyce. Sorry.
and Laura, that's okay, and Laura and Lori. Guys, we're just getting started. We're just cutting strips. I think Lisa may be close to ready to actually starting.
Well, I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do my pages.
Okay, well, one of the things I think that you need to think about is to be careful not to use your covers as accidentally as a page inside. So you might want to put your front pages, your front two pages, and your back two pages like a side, or do them first, or something, just so you're sure you or mark them in some manner so that you don't boo boo. Because, you know, I'm very careful. I'm very likely gonna boo boo. There's Miss Janet. So just be careful or aware. And I think I'm just gonna put them together the way they're stacked up here. That looks pretty good, actually. Well, other than those two are right beside one another. That's the thing. I was just like, okay, maybe I should take that
Okay.
one
How
and
did
just.
I end up with not an even amount? Maybe I have too many. Let's
Well,
see.
that's all right if you don't. I mean, I would think that you could add it in after the fact.
There's two, 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 two,
I'm
two,
gonna
and
work on mine
two.
tomorrow. Okay.
All right. I'm going to use um some of my Kleenex box ones then.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
I'm gonna use tacky glue, and Lisa's gonna use her art glitter glue. I just do not want to open my art glitter glue. Um, seeing how we're not gonna be here.
Since we're gluing fabric to paper, I'm doing a little more of the glue than I would do if I was just doing paper to
Paper to
paper.
paper, yeah. And I'm not sure, but what it would be better if I put the glue on the fabric instead of on the paper, because I ended up with glue stuck way out further than I really wanted. And the point is, you glue two together, two together, two together, and let them dry. Hi, Ruth.
And I'm
Okay,
doing my
Holly.
front and back covers first just because we're going to be adding stuff to those later. And
Yep,
I want them to be this have the sturdiest.
bond.
Yeah.
Not only that, if you do that, then like I said, they're set aside. Hi,
That sounds
Barbara.
good, Barbara. Just visit everybody and
Mm-hmm.
watch. And
Yes, please, Janet. Thank you.
I'm going to try not to talk too much.
Yeah. And Annie, thank you for letting Kylie know, but you think she's asleep? She can watch it later. If you sent her a link, she might see it. When we saw this book, we were like, oh, we have to make this.
I just realized I'm going to need some place to lay these so they don't
Uh-huh.
stick to each other. I can't just stack them.
Nope.
And they need to lay flat. Okay.
Mina, I am leaving a tiny space. Lisa, aren't you leaving a tiny space? I guess that's a good question we did not address.
Um, Not really. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to get mine close together
Okay, let me
as
see what
close as I can. But so
um,
far, there
I
is a
may
little.
I may be sorry I didn't, because when they fold, you know what, Mina? They should be right together. Lisa's right. They should be close together, because when this folds over, you want it to be pretty close. I'm going to glue it and then try it, which means I may have to take my other cover apart. Yeah, Lisa's right. You want them close together. Okay, Mina, the answer is no, no space between them. Luckily, it's tacky glue and it's not quite dry. I can get them apart. Hi, Sandra. With a space. Annie says she thinks she leaves the space. I didn't. I when I fold it, I don't like the space. I like it without the space.
Yeah, I don't know if Kylie left a space or not.
Okay, here's the thing though. If you don't leave a space, then you don't have any room for bulk.
That's true.
So by leaving a space between them, you have room for bulk on the page. If you bulk up the page with stuff, with no space, it's going to bend right there. Yeah, I might leave some space. I'm not going to take these back apart. These two will be fine. Sandra, I think I said hello, but hello, dear. It's not taking that long to dry tonight. Air conditioner's running. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. If you like bulky pages, then you'd want a little bit of a space. And we're
Well, I
going
think
to
I'm gonna do
collage
some
on it.
both ways.
That's what I'm thinking, Lisa. If you do some
Yeah,
together and some apart, it should. And what we're doing basically is we're just putting two together. Thank you, Annie. And the thing is that as your pages connect in the book later, these hinges are going to be in different places, depending upon, especially like when Lisa gets those little tiny ones. If she uses that, those little tiny ones will the hinges is going to be real close together. I have to show you guys. Look at my lovely green hand. Isn't that just beautiful?
what'd you do?
Oh, that's where they had the IV in me last week.
Oh, okay.
So it's all bruised up and it's been real sore. Um, I was surprised this hand didn't do it because she had to poke me in both. She poked both hands. She couldn't get it to go in my left hand. I told her when she started that wasn't going to work, but they have to do what they think is best.
Yeah, they don't listen.
Uh, she said when I come back for the other eyeball, she said just tell them I said put it in your right hand. She said if I can't get it in, nobody can. So the muscles in my left hand do not let you get in there.
I don't know how I'm gonna like these little bitty pages, but I'm putting them in anyway.
Okay, let's see. Now, see, when you do those, they'll be really cute.
I think so. I'm hoping so. I want them to be cute.
Hi, Barb. Oh, since a bunch of you just came in, okay. Now, I didn't get this today. This is an enabler alert. Enabler alert, enabler alert. I did not buy it, but um, last year, Dollar Tree had this beautiful, beautiful ribbon. They had it today. When I went after my breeders, they have this beautiful organza ribbon again with all the fall leaves on it, and they had mine had the one we were in had the feathers too. So Enabler alert, enabler alert. Oh, the blind fairy is coming. I better explain. The fairy's not blind. No, the fairy's not blind, but the fairy comes and puts my blinds down. I know. Well, you are the blind fairy. Uh, yes, Janet. It's really pretty ribbon. And the Dollar Tree had it last year. And when I showed the girls about it, um, Lisa went looking and couldn't find any anywhere. And I ended up going all over town because I only got a couple of spools the first time, and I shared some.
Oh, sorry, Janet.
What's the matter?
She's having envelope video withdrawals.
Oh no, oh no! And I didn't get mine done yesterday.
Well,
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
do some decorating videos this month, but I just didn't feel like it today.
Well, we went to assistant. We ran errands for the most part, and I'll tell you what. I should have known not to go to the bank the day after a holiday. We pulled out of one bank and left it till later, and then we still ended up having to sit for 30 minutes in the drive-through. But going inside wasn't going to be any better. But we went to three different assisted living places today. So we were gone from early this morning until just about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, but I found a place that's going to be really nice. It's brand new, but it's just too far out. Um,
I'm doing the spending freeze, Annie. I think Tanya is too.
yeah, I am because I have too much stuff now. Um, it's craft stuff I'm not buying. I have to, there are certain craft things I have to buy for work, with my bead stuff. Um, but
I
as
think that's
far as,
different.
yeah, that's different because that's work. Now, at the same time, I actually have not bought any glass all year. So that's where the problem may lie, that towards December, because I have not bought any glass all year, I may have to buy some glass because, you can't, it's really hard to make beads if you don't have black. So,
Yeah.
um, it may come down to where I have to, but I'm trying not to because I'm trying to use the glass I have. I have too much of everything. Just plain and simple, I have too much of it.
Yeah.
So,
We're with you, Annie. We're doing the same thing. Trying not to buy and use what we got.
Hi, Debbie.
I've done it for a month at a time before with no problem, but 4 months is a long time. But I'm gonna do it. I have
Oh,
faith.
Janet, that's going to be so pretty, Janet. I can't wait to see it. Um, Debbie, we are gluing fabric hinges basically on 2 pages at a time. And our pages are multiple sizes. They're just basically pieces of packaging. And by putting them together two at a time, then you go back and put them together two at a time, and it just it helps your book to go together very nicely. From
At least it worked good for Kylie.
That's right. It worked good for Kylie. As long as we don't lose our minds doing things. And like I said, we were out so long today. My eyes are really tired. I'm having trouble. Of course, by evening time, this happens anyway. Um, I think it I think it gets more swollen towards evening.
I imagine that's true. I'm gonna let them sit just a minute because I'm going to have to make some more little strips, I think.
Okay. Janet, I'm sure that's not true. I'm positive that is not true. I'm sure your papers are just as pretty as mine.
I agree. I've seen Janet's painty papers. They're beautiful.
Yes. I have some of Janet's painting papers, and they're gorgeous.
Oh, that's cool, Mina.
Okay, I don't see what Mina said. Oh, there she is. She just
She made her own washi for the first time last week.
ah. My husband puts his. I don't drink coffee, so Jeff has coffee, and so when he finishes his pot of coffee, a lot of times there's just a little bit left in the bottom. So I have a um, bottle in the fridge that he puts his leftovers coffee in, and so I always have coffee for dyeing paper. It's like, okay, there's this bottle of coffee. What is this bottle in here? At least it's not yellow. But there's coffee always in my fridge. Another thing that works really good for washi tape is the paper medical tape.
Yes.
It's real thin. They gave me a roll of it to stick my. I have to wear this metal patch thing at night. They gave me a whole roll of it. Well, it's a small roll, but if I behave myself and don't use it all up, I have another craft supply. Oh dear, that's so bad.
I'm trying to remember how many more I'm going to need.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not counting. I figure, I'll you have what I have and not worry about it. Of course, I ended up somehow cutting that one a little different size. Oh,
I
that's a
think
good
I have.
idea, Janet.
Okay. I'm going to check them and see.
Oh, are you all stuck together already?
Well, I've got my first, sets done,
Really? I must be going really slow.
but they're still kind of damp.
You
But
might want to
I've
leave
got
them.
my back and front.
Problem is that if you want to put the what do you call it, the ribbon or the fabric as your tie, you kind of need to do that before you start covering your back and front. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah. You got to put the whole thing together and then
Right,
decorate.
and then decorate. Yeah. So
Okay.
now, one of the things I didn't do is use a ton of glue because I knew that when I decorate, I'm going to put Mod Podge into the fabric, which I think will help to stick it down.
Yeah. Well, I probably used too much glue, but I tend to overdo it on things like that.
Well, that's another reason why I'm still using this bottle that's hard to squeeze out. Um, Laura, I think it was you told me to clean it with the tip. And yeah, once I cleaned the tip out, it works a whole lot. I couldn't believe it. All I did was stick a pin down through it, and then all of a sudden it started to work again. Yeah, man, my label paper gets cut. I because I cut the. Oh, that was good. I just. Oh, that was nothing. uh, touched my
Are you
eye.
okay?
Yes, I just touched my face up by my eye, and I had glue on my finger. My eyes get gook in my eyelashes, and I'm used to just grabbing hold of my eyelashes and taking care of it.
Yeah.
And so there was glue on my finger when I did it. Not a big, just gotta take care of it. Um, that label paper, I end up cutting it, so that it ends up being small. And another thing that works, Annie, is page protectors. Page protectors work real well. I am really glad I sanded these before I had my eyes done, but they're still gritty, and I can just see what was in. Whole lid in warm water. Okay, I will. I will do that another time. But yeah, um, it also had goo, and it's back to having goo down in there in this little upside down lid thing, and I cleaned that all out with my pliers. I reached down in there with my pliers and pulled it out. This glue, though, this particular bottle is way thicker than the other bottle, which is fine because I don't like the way the other bottle comes out. Yeah, acetate would work, but that the page protectors work real well for sticking anything you have to stick down that you don't want to leave stuck. And of course, I have page protectors coming out my ears because when I used to teach all the time, sewing all the time, I all my class handouts and stuff were in page protectors. When I quit teaching and trashed all that stuff, um, I kept page protectors. Is it working?
So far.
Okay, see, what she's doing is taking two that have already been put together. Okay. I ended up with one extra page.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. Oh no, I'm not. It worked out. I don't know what I did earlier, but I had to add another one in order to make it work out, but it did. Oh no, I've got
Okay.
two extras actually.
Well, I have another piece of cardboard here, so I'm just gonna add it.
Yeah.
I'll just
Um.
add it in. Not a big
So I'm
problem.
gonna have 10 instead of 8.
Yeah, I have no idea how many I have. I just want an even number,
Yeah.
like it matters. But you could make it work just fine with the odd number.
Yeah, you could just stick another one in there.
Yeah. Lisa, did you realize that Emily started a Facebook group for the No Spin Challenge thing?
Oh, I'm trying to remember if I knew that or if it was just her regular Facebook group that I knew about.
Yeah. No, this is a special. This is a No Spin special. If you go to her channel and go on one of the no spend videos, she's got a link in the description.
All right. Well, I will find it because I did join her other Facebook group, but I will find it. Hi, Nettie. Glad you're here. Nettie's has 18 pages. I think mine's going to end up with, well, I've got 10 sets of two. And so it depends on if you call that each one of those 2 pages or 4 pages.
There you go. Uh-huh.
So I either have 20 or I have 40.
Yeah, it's all how you count the pages, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I need to let these sit a little bit more before I turn them because these are not as dry as they were when I turned them the first time. So,
Uh-huh.
oh, I could put wax paper between them. That
There
would
you
be
go. That works. And that way you can continue
that
on.
would keep going. So,
I even have some wax paper from my altered book that's laying up there I can reuse. I try not to throw it away until it's really toasty.
me too, or until I've torn it up like this.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, that needs to go that way. Oh no, because that is not an outside edge. This is the outside.
I may not have enough pages. The one thing I could tell you is that when you get down to it, when you go to put it together in the middle, if it doesn't have enough pages, you can just add some more. As long as you
That's
haven't put your
true.
covers on, you're good.
That's true. Just decide if you like that or if you
Well,
want more.
and this would make a really cool, bigger book with bigger pieces. I just knew that I wasn't going to do something that was real big. And Lisa has a family size raisin bran,
Yeah,
just regular size, but family size.
my
I think
stepfather loves his raisin bran.
Jeffrey buys whatever's on sale. You know how that goes.
Yes, that's what I would do too. Well, that's not true because my son had to have certain brands of things. But if it was for me, I would buy whatever was on sale. But I don't
Um,
even buy it anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Brandon, my son, had to have um, whatever didn't have milk in it. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah. I remember growing up, I ate my cereal and drank my milk because I didn't want it mushy. And everybody always laughed at me.
Well, my
But I know
son
he just can't have milk, right?
can't have milk. Yeah, so he eats all his cereal. Sorry, guys. I have a huge schedule tomorrow, and the doctor's offices are still sending messages tonight. I don't know why. It's too late to change it. But yeah, he still eats his cereal dry. But he says he buys cereal that's like granola, which that's what he used to eat anyways. That's what he liked. He has to be careful. He can't have wheat, rye, oats, barley, and buckwheat. So, you know, cereal is not a really good thing for him, period. But he does have things that he eats, but he says he eats it more like snack. But yeah, and not only that, when he was little, he didn't eat bread. So because of all of those allergies, now it's not so bad.
Ruth's using family size raisin bran too.
Yeah,
So I'm
good
not the only
girl.
one. I don't have to be alone.
Well, I think Jeff buys family size if it's on sale, but he's the only one that eats the cereal. Jeff's
Yeah.
father buys boxes of cereal that has two huge bags in it, but he buys sweet.
Like you get at Sam's or
Yep, like you get at Sam's, he buys frosted flakes and um, all kinds of stuff that has sugar in it. His father's diet is really bad. Okay, so now we have two sets of two hooked together. I don't have very many pages. I really don't. I didn't realize how few pages I have. I may have to get some more boxes. We'll see. I'll take a look at it. I also didn't want it really big. I just finished a really big. I haven't decided if I'm going to try to do the September challenge book from Dear Julie Julia or not. Being gone is going to make it a little harder to do.
yeah, I would think so.
Well, I could get the. It's a simple project this time, but and I could get it done, and I could put papers in a box to take with me. But I just don't know if I'll have time, and I don't want to commit to something I really don't have time to do.
Yeah.
He eats family size Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks. That would be good. She's making paper sorters.
Uh-oh.
Hi,
Uh-oh.
honey.
Uh-oh. Got to redo this.
Uh oh. Did it come apart?
No, I didn't have my pages lined up right.
Uh oh.
I lined them up with where these were this even instead of that one being inside.
Okay.
So I got to re-glue here. I was so worried about the fact that they were not stacking even because this is my extra pages
Oh, okay.
that I didn't notice that I didn't have them lined up right.
Well, I hope I line mine up right. If not, I'll take it apart. Start over.
There you go.
That's the nice thing about using packaging. I got another whole box of packaging in the other room. However, we needed to do a packaging project because my packaging box is getting full, and
Yeah,
I'm only
mine too.
allowed I'm only allowed to keep that much packaging. Then I have to get rid of it. Is Popo Debbie?
Popo is Susan.
Is
Hi,
Susan?
Susan.
Hi, Susan.
I
I'm
am right
glad you're
about that,
here.
aren't I, Hottie? Are you, Susan? Oh, please tell me I'm not remembering wrong and giving everybody bad information.
And Lois is late, but she's here. Yay!
Hey, Lois, good to see you.
But we're doing something really exciting. We're gluing our pages together.
Yeah,
It's very exciting stuff.
and I'm about to have mine all together, and then we'll see what it what it looks like before we move on to
The next
putting the
part.
cover. I mean the.
Linda's here too. Did I say that right? Yeah, Linda. Hmm.
Hi, Linda.
It's very exciting. Okay. Um, Lois, the other thing about the Lois told me I should put in what do you call those things? Bookshelves under in front of my windows to
Oh,
help me to organize. And I told her I can't really because the windows are only a couple feet off the floor. Um, the other thing is there's two doors into this room besides eight windows. So as far as vertical storage goes, there's only a couple of spots where you can have tall storage things, and I already have tall storage stuff stuck there.
Okay, here's what mine looks like on the
Oh,
binding side.
awesome! Oh, it's so pretty.
So, yay.
Does it flip okay?
I don't know. I haven't tried to flip it.
Okay. Well, as long as you know.
I'm sure it does because I put wax paper inside and
Yeah.
keep them from sticking. But now I gotta. The one problem I see with mine
Mhm.
is that most of my stuff is right here,
Yep.
and so wherever my hinges are, she had space between her hinges and a space in the middle, extra space in the middle for her wrap,
Her wrap. Uh huh.
and her hinges kind of went over the hinges, but there was still room. Mine are just going to have to go kind of to each end of the hinges in order to leave enough room for the wrap in the middle.
Wrap in the middle. I don't know. 9 by 11 2 foot window and door. Yeah, Lois. One of the reasons I love this studio is the windows. I love the light in here. I love sitting at my computer desk, which I have a special desk just for computers because for my computer and everything because I work there. Um, and I can in the morning I open the curtains and I can kind of watch the sun come up. And Laura, um, this table right here is 4 foot by 8 foot, but my fabric is under there. There are paper boxes, the boxes that reams of paper come in, um, filled with fabric, and I can get my knees. Okay, so right to about here. Other than that, the rest of it is filled with fabric. I took it all out of the spare bedroom when my son was supposedly going to move in, and then he didn't move in. So um, that's where it stands. I'm
I'm kind of
short,
wishing I had cut mine all shorter.
all shorter.
Yeah, I don't know
Could you put two
because it's
wraps? Mina's asking, are you saying the wrap shouldn't go over the hinges?
no, the wrap should go over the hinges. Um,
I would think it would be all right to go in the middle, or is it going to make it shift?
well, the closure wrap
Mm-hmm.
probably should go in the middle, and then your two hinges. I mean, your two that you wrap around to keep the binding together. Excuse me.
Um.
I think she had a little more space. I don't think hers were. Mine are going to be right next to each other if I do that.
Uh huh.
I think it's
Well,
fine. I'm going to go ahead and do it, but
you could also cut a wider piece and just cover the whole back spine. Um. Okay. Now I'm going to say it wrong.
Shay,
Shari-
Shayrian,
Sharian.
Shayrian,
Sharian is leaving, and bye bye, sweetie. Nice. I'm so glad you came. Oh,
you probably could make your closure on the vertical. That's true.
yeah, Janet would like you to say hi
Depends
on
on how you
and
decorate
chat.
it.
Say hi and chat. Um,
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Um, she just wants you so she can highlight you when she needs to. Um, which guys, especially since how the finish of this book will be on Lisa's channel. So I'm just wondering, Lisa, if you couldn't just like put a long piece, a wide piece, a long piece across the whole thing,
The whole back.
the whole back, or a chunk of the back, and then put your closure wrap over the top of that.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that'll be better. At least make it, like
Yeah,
this.
that's what I'm thinking. Mina, that's what we're discussing. I think it should be fine if the smaller pages hinges get covered by the wrap. I think it would be fine to cover the whole back with that piece of fabric.
Okay. Let's see if I've got something wide enough.
Shay Rianne, thank you, Holly. She said that she showed us. We said it, and then we oh, we're terrible. I'm terrible, is what it is. Um, I think Lisa that it would be to cover the back a little bit would not be a bad thing.
I
Honestly,
think you're right. I think I'm going to do it.
and so, Mina, the answer is yes. We're going to cover up our hinges a little bit. I think it'll make for a sturdier book.
Now I'm just trying to decide, do I want to go the whole length of the book or just
Equals iffy. Can you see what Lori says? Yeah, the whole length of the
iffy?
book would be good. Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to do it. And then we'll find out if it's good or not.
Yeah, there we go. If you do it and you don't like it, take it off real quick because then the glue's not dry yet, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm probably going to just leave it however
Yeah.
it is. Okay, let's try to find the middle here.
Okay. What do we got? We got 8, 4,
Not quite.
8, 12, 16.
Now, the way she did this, I thought was ingenious. When she
Okay.
put her strips on the back,
Uh
she
huh.
did them together and then she folded it and that stretched it around.
Oh, so that basically what it does is it's pulling on the glue.
Right. And it pull and then you have more glue in the middle. I mean, you have I don't know how to explain it.
Um, I understand what you mean. It's just I don't know how to explain it either. Um,
I'm just gonna do it and we'll see if it works. She was just doing straps though. She wasn't, doing the
yeah, it
whole
wasn't
thing. I
doing
don't
the
know if
whole
it'll work
thing,
as well
right?
for the whole thing.
Right. Lori says Sharian, they called her Iffy because I found you, Dee Dee. That was her. They call her that because of that was her. I found you, Dee Dee. Hmm. Okay, so where are my covers? This one is a cover. That one is a cover. That one needs to dry a little bit. This one is a cover. Cut strip.
Okay.
I found you, Dee Dee. Dee Dee was one of the first people I found. Back, back, back. Well, it must
Me
have been.
too. I've been watching her for a long time
I was
over on
excited.
Ustream,
Yep.
and I I found I'm trying to think of how I found her on Ustream because I didn't even know Ustream existed.
Me
I think
either.
I saw one of the videos that she uploaded onto YouTube, and then she said she did live on Ustream, and so I went over there to see if I could get live.
Well, see, and that was the thing, and rarely
Okay,
did I
that
get
did
to
not
watch
work for me.
that didn't work.
No, because it didn't move like hers moved. So I'm
Well, it
just gonna have to
probably
take
is.
it
It
loose
depends
and
on what kind of glue.
Yeah, she used tacky glue.
Well, and she did not sand her cardboard, did she?
No, she didn't.
How's everybody doing? Mary and Patricia and my brain just stopped working.
Well, my brain never did take in who all was playing along, so I
Well,
can't help you out. I'm sorry.
it was Mary and Patricia, and Kendra's gonna was watching and gonna do it later, I think. Um,
Yeah, Barbara's watching and going to do it later, I think, too. But I was thinking there were four people playing along, but I
yeah,
can't.
there's 4 or 5. Well, and then
I think this is going to work now that I readjusted it.
okay, I have to wash my hands because I have no choice but what to scratch my eyeball.
Well, go wash your hands.
You know, I got um, things. Um,
Judy says she's doing pretty good so far. Patricia's putting two plus two together.
okay,
Mary said she's going to cover the whole front and back with her fabric.
okay, well that works.
Yep. I haven't decided if I know how she used paper
Hmm.
to decorate hers, and I've been debating using paper or fabric. So,
Well,
but I
I'm
still
gonna
want to do
use
the patchworky thing.
yeah, I'm gonna use paper because I want to use a stash of little scraps. That's one of the
Yeah,
reasons
that's a good reason to do
I
it.
really liked this book was to get rid of all those little scraps. So,
Well, I got a
okay.
lot of scraps of fabric too, so
Well,
I'm going to use scraps either way.
one of the things I did before we left South Dakota was to, unfortunately, I trashed a lot of my little fabric scraps because I didn't, I wasn't, hadn't been using them, and that's not, that wasn't good that I hadn't been using them.
Yeah.
And Ruth
Ruth
is
says
playing
she's
to
put
see,
the two half together.
and he's in bed. Oh yeah,
Good for Annie.
yeah. And I have to get up crack of dawn tomorrow because it'll take at least 45 minutes to make a 20-minute drive because of the time I have to leave. I can get to my mom's house in 20 minutes 90% of the time, but if I have to leave here to be there at 8 o'clock, I have to leave before 7. Because if I wait until 7:30 or even 7:15, it's an hour to get across town. It's the
Oh,
silliest.
wow.
It's the dumbest thing. I'm from Detroit, and it doesn't take that long to get across town. Of course, Jeffrey told somebody today that Frankenmuth was just up the road from Midland in Michigan, and I'm like, yeah, that's what it looks like on the map. I said, but honey, it's going to take 3 hours to get there. He goes, what? I said, you gotta understand Detroit. Michigan is one
Hi,
of those.
Christy.
We in Michigan, you go based on how long it takes to get there, not how far away it is. In South Dakota, you can talk about how far away it is. In Michigan, it's how long it takes to get there.
Well, that's how we talk in Texas too.
Yeah,
Lubbock 2 hours away. Dallas is 5 hours away.
mm,
But
it's all.
we're talking about distance when we talk about time.
That's right. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Annie says it's almost 2 a.m. Where are you, Annie? Okay, those are kind of wet. I probably better have some.
I'm putting a little glue, I think, in here over my fabric because it seems like there's some places where it didn't glue
It didn't
down.
go down.
Um, I'm just going to rub it in.
Thank you, Janet. Yes, Linda, that's just, you know, all right.
And Tanya, am I right that you still don't think you're going to be in a position where you could actually be on with me on the 17th? You're just
I
going to
have,
come in if you can?
I'm going to come in if I can, but I just don't want to make promises that I cannot keep, and because I don't know, where exactly we'll be on the 17th.
Yeah.
Yet, yeah.
Well, I was just wondering if one of these ladies wanted to come in with me on the
Okay,
17th.
that would be fine because um,
And then
I'm
you could
going.
come in if you can.
That's right. That would work wonderfully because I can. I'm going to take all my equipment. I just the other thing is that I haven't figured out how to make our fancy Wi-Fi thing, Scotland. Okay, um, work. So if the Wi-Fi is not real good, then streaming might not work. If that
Okay.
makes
Mary
sense.
says she'll come in.
Okay.
Anybody else who want to come in and play that's making a book? It doesn't have to just be one.
Nope. Okay. I ended up with an extra set of 2 pages, and I am going to put them in here. So I'm just going to sit them on um, top of this page. And sit them like this. I'm going to glue them down, then I'm going to flip it over and glue them. That's going to, oh, it grabs hold of her.
Sorry.
Oh no. Lori's Bentley ate her peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, dear.
Thank you,
That
Mary, for
reminds
playing
me
with Lisa.
back when we first got Cubby, um, he the people who had him before us, they practically starved him.
Oh,
And he was a good dog, but he was so hungry that he would just grab whatever he could get right at first.
hmm
And I was making, especially if it had butter on it. I was making a bunch of grilled cheese sandwiches, so I had like 12 pieces of bread with buttered, ready to make the grilled cheese sandwiches. I got my skillet hot and turned around, and there was no bread there. And the poor thing was over there choking to death, trying to gulp down that bread because he knew he was going to get in big trouble.
Uh-huh.
And I just had to laugh. I was like, I cannot believe you're trying to eat that much bread. Oh, goodness gracious. That was the only time he ever did that. But one time he got my baked potato because I had bread all over it. But after those two times, he finally realized he was going to have food all the time. He didn't need to worry about it. He
He
didn't have
didn't.
to steal it.
He
And so,
didn't have to steal food. Okay.
so he never took our food again. But those two times, boy, he really did a good job.
Uh-huh. I can see that. That would be so funny. Okay, let's see here. Flip this over. I just that's gonna.
Janet says, bless his little heart. And Lori says, well, bless nothing. She's not feeling sorry for hers at all.
Well, because she's hungry. She was going to have peanut butter and jelly. Now she's not.
Yeah, she's going to
Okay.
have to make another one.
I ended up one strip short.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to have to cut a whole strip just for one little piece. Mhm. And it would have been cut a lot straighter had I gotten out my big scissors.
So, what are you going to do on your spine?
I haven't made up a decision yet um, because I haven't seen what it looks like yet. Um, but I'm thinking it may need some. From the way this shifts, now maybe when it dries it won't shift so much. But I know me and I won't like it if it shifts back and forth. So,
It does shift a lot.
uh huh.
but I'm being real gentle with it. I'm not actually letting it lay down. So it
Uh-huh.
probably works better if you lay it on straight down. But okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and put my strip of tie on it.
On it.
I have to decide though, do I want it to tie in the on the front of the book or in front of the book? Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes, because of where you're going to glue it.
Yeah.
Now, if you only glued it across the back, okay. I'm pointing. I'm like pointing. You can see me point. Okay. If you glued it across the back and across the spine, but not across the front, you could
Then
glue
you
it
have a
either
choice.
place. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, Kathy, I am liking it. My book is because the ends are so much taller than where I've got it put together. It kind of does this a little bit, but I'm okay with that. It's not going to be perfect. If I had thought about it, I could have left a little extra room here, but I tightened it down too tight. Um, but I think it'll I think it when it glues, it's going to stay pretty good.
Well, and like Kathy said, that as it dries, it will probably tighten up.
Yeah.
And Mary put fabric across the back of hers. She's covering it with fabric.
Well, I think I'm going to glue it across the back and
Around the spine.
yeah,
Because if you leave it not glued to the front, then you can tie it in multiple places, depending
that's
upon
true. Have
what you
options still.
get. You have options.
Well, I like options.
Uh-huh. Now, I'm going to tell you that having an even number of pages would be a little bit better because this extra set of 2 pages in here has caused some wonkiness, which is not a big deal. I don't care, but it has caused some wonkiness. But I need one more piece of wax paper. And of course, there's none in there. Oh no! Now that might be a defining factor of making it till December.
Oh, you're out of wax paper?
No, it looks like I have some in this other.
I was gonna say steal some from the kitchen because it's already bought, and then
Yeah,
you can buy some
no,
more for the kitchen.
yes. Well, the problem is that I don't keep wax paper in the kitchen, so I would be
Oh,
in serious doo doo. But it looks like I have some. I have some um, freezer paper back there behind me too. So because I can't imagine trying to go 4 months without wax
no,
paper.
no. I think wax paper's in the same category as
As
glue, and
glue, I think it would have to be. Um,
because it's not like you're using it to decorate something, or
right.
it's it's a tool,
Yep. Um,
and it's something you already have and already use.
right. I agree with that. I think personally that I'm going to put 3 strips on here. Um, I'm going to let it dry more before I do it, but I think I'll bring 2 strips kind of across here and then my tie strip in the middle.
Yeah, that's what she did, and I think that probably works out best. I just had mine. I had so many little pages that
I was
mine
going to
ended up
say,
all in the middle.
the little pages give you a problem.
Yeah.
Hi, Norma.
Hi, Norma. Hi, Susan.
Laura's thinking of doing the pages with a solid vertical strip just to use up more fabric, and that that would work perfectly. That would more than you know. it would also, one of the things this is doing right now is it flexes right here in the middle. And if the entire strip had fabric on it, it wouldn't do that.
That's true.
And that, you know, that might be an option for a different way to do the book.
Of course, mine does kind of collapse on the ends.
Yes, mine's going to do that. Well, no, mine is actually pretty good with that.
Yeah.
It all depends on
Just
the
have,
size
you
of.
either have it collapse in the middle or on the ends.
Right, right. But if you put full vertical strips, the way Laura's talking about doing it would not do that. Um,
Yeah.
well, and parchment paper wouldn't work really, would it? Uh, for what we use wax paper for, Annie says that they don't get wax paper there.
I use parchment paper.
In between your in between things to keep it from sticking.
Yeah. I just
Okay,
use whichever one I can find.
okay.
They both work. Parchment paper just makes so much noise.
Oh, okay.
When I do it on video, I hate using parchment paper because it makes so much noise, but it works pretty much just the same.
Norma, she said she was in Scotland, which is one of the places my husband really wants to visit someday when we, don't have a motorhome payment.
Okay.
Okay.
Now have to decide, am I going to decorate it with paper or with fabric? Because that's the next step.
Oh, this is. I'm not happy. This doesn't. I'm so not happy now. Look what I did. My my covers not lined up.
Oh,
That's not gonna work.
you could cut a little off the back one and a little off the front one on the opposite ends and make it,
Yeah, I would have to cut out some pages too. But
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we will move it.
There you go. Now we show you what to do if this happens.
Yes, if this happens, unstick it. Okay, well, and the nice thing is, if I use Mod Podge and paper, it's okay. It'll be all right. It is definitely peeling up the paper, but I'm going to move it. And I was sure I
Hi,
lined them
Irma.
all up correctly. Hello, dear. But that just definitely did not work. Oh, crud. Neither one of them is right. I'm going to have to take them apart. I should have left my covers off completely. Okay, well, that's all right. I'll fix both sides. Not a problem. I'll just fix it. Because it will bug me.
Yeah,
It,
yeah, I
it's
do.
not about the fact that it's wrong or anything, but it will bug me.
Which is why I took that one off earlier when I had a
Yep.
similar issue.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Yep.
didn't happen to be at the end when I had them all put
When
together.
you had them all put together. Yep.
Okay, I think I'm going to cover my covers with fabric.
Okay.
Uh, I really like what she did though with the paper and then some white paint and then the napkin and all of that. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, I could put a napkin over fabric, couldn't I?
Yes, you could. You could put white paint over fabric.
I could. Uh,
Okay. Let's
why only hinges if most of the pages are large? Mina, she had when Kylie made it, she had big pages and little pages. So
mm-hmm.
she had to make her, she just made two hinges. But if you've got mostly big pages, I think you could easily accommodate three hinges and it would probably be better.
Right. Or do like Laura's gonna do and do a
Solid strips.
solid solid piece of fabric.
Yeah. Like I did on my cover. do that in between each page instead of doing so it's not a dumb question, Mina.
No question is ever dumb. The only question that is dumb is the question that is not asked. That's the only dumb question in the whole wide world. Is the one that you don't ask. Okay. It's lined up good enough for me now. I'm happy. This one and the covers are pretty much the same length. A couple of these are coming down to the bottom. That's okay. Um, they don't sit in the middle of the page. That's okay with me. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to strap it all the way across like this, and then I'll put my tie on after I get the strap.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And Patricia's wanting her hinges to show, and that would be cool. Mine kind of show,
Yeah.
but I'm going to cover them up. So
Okay, let me see if I can find some scrap fabric. I should have gotten it out and I didn't, so now I'm gonna have to
Lori goes
probably
by
make it
funny
noise.
girl. Okay, Lori goes by funny girl. Okay.
Oh, I do not want to get all that out. Let's
Lisa,
see.
did you have to go to jury duty today?
No, I didn't. They were they
They were
I
full of.
called they well actually they must not have had any trials starting today because they said all the jurors were dismissed. So
Oh, well, that's always nice.
which is
Not,
kind of neat.
especially since you don't feel well.
Yeah, yeah.
It meant that
I
you
don't
didn't.
mind doing my civic duty, but I was perfectly happy not to have to today.
That's right. Well, especially the day after a holiday.
Yeah.
It's funny. The only time I've been called, I was 4 months pregnant and throwing up all the time. So there was no way I could. The judge said, "Is
And
there any reason why anyone else cannot serve?" And I'm like, "Sir, I can serve, and I'll serve at a different time. But right now, in the morning, sometimes I'm good like today, and sometimes I'm not."
yeah,
And he said, "Dismiss." I'm like, "Oh,
dismissed. Yeah, he
yes,
didn't want to have to deal with that.
no, no."
Well, I know I turned 18 and it was like 2 months later I got called for jury duty. And I've been called, well, for a long time. Um, they did week-long jury duty,
Oh, okay.
and you had to go every day for a week unless you got put on a jury panel and then you got dismissed from that jury panel.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I had to go at least twice a year for years and years and years,
Huh.
um, because they were calling everybody. Well, my county had the biggest portion of the crime in my town,
Oh, gosh. Okay.
and so I had to because our town's in two different counties. Anyway, I was constantly having to be on jury duty, and so I was really happy when I finally had kids and I didn't have to go twice a year to jury duty. But then my kids,
Hmm.
Hannah, when Hannah turned 12, then I have to go again. But they usually only call me about once a year now instead of twice a year. I can't decide what I want to do.
Well, like I said, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm gonna collage it all in little pieces with all my little pieces of paper that are right behind me in my box.
Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna tear these pieces and like they were, littler scraps.
Littler scraps and tear
Yeah,
them so that they're fringied up,
yeah.
fringied up.
So
So
they'll
you
get
like
some
that word?
texture.
Yeah.
But I've got two different kinds. I've got these that are like blacks and neutrals that are already kind of small. I could just,
Use them.
And then I've got these that are blues and creams and
Okay. Now, one thing about it, it definitely does not have gator mouth right now. This is
no,
another
it
thing
doesn't.
about this because, as we add to it, it always ends up with gator mouth. Okay, let's see how it flips. This I want to see. I do like this. Now, what I did not glue these back here, Lisa. The reason was is that for some reason it acted like it didn't want to be glued back there, so I left it, which does mean that if it doesn't get a lot of goo on it, these can shift down when you're turning the page. It's like dropping. I can't explain it. But see, it's pushing towards the back. So
Yeah.
now they're probably going to end up glued together when I start working in it, but I do like how it flips.
Yeah, I haven't really tried to flip mine. Let me see how it acts compared to that, because that might make a difference to somebody else when they see yours. And if
Yeah,
mine does, well, mine doesn't.
it
I mean,
doesn't
it's
shift,
got
but
no, but it still opens flat.
yeah, it still
It
looks
just,
real good.
but
And
as
it
I
says to
go,
cut
it
up some
shifts
squares and make a patchwork cover. One of the things that you might find that in this, because of how it, the first few pages and the last few pages, you might need to, when you work in it, put something
under them.
that, yeah, under them, which, we've had to do that in other things. That just makes that book, that page more sturdy. But I like how it flips. I like how it has multiple size pages.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question. I need a vote. These on the right or these on the left, which color palette should I use? It's hard to see these because there's, um, but they're just a little more subdued.
What are you going to put inside?
I have no idea.
Kathy says
Whatever.
left. Nina says left. Lois says left. So the answer is left.
Left. Okay. Well, that works for me because that's kind of what I liked too. So
Hmm.
I always like it when y'all agree with me.
Okay, now can I got to put my tie, and that is where I'm not sure because I don't think. Well, looks like it might be long enough. Hmm, if it's not, I can add some more later. Okay, but I think I want a reasonably straight piece of this. So we may have to actually use something to cut it. But I managed to bust the tip off my knife the other day.
And I'm just cutting randomly, so I may end up with squares I can't use and have to change them. Ooh, that's pretty.
Uh huh, that is pretty.
I think I'll hold on to that one. I might put it on the spine or something.
Or on the top layer or something.
Something, yeah.
Holly says left. Judy said left. Drill Sergeant Holly said left, 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 right, left.
Yep. Well, I'm trying to comply. I'm trying to comply.
Kathy wants to know, did you sing it too? I didn't even use up this piece. Oh, what are we breaking here? Oh, that's not a good thing. not break that. I use that too much to break it.
Okay, let's see what we can do with these.
Did you see my purdy glasses? I got purdy glasses for $1.
Yay.
The last time I went to get real glasses, I just wanted something that had some kind of look to it, right? Couldn't find a thing. I even went to a different eye doctor's office to see if I could find something that I liked. I ended up with boring old glasses. And you go and you get readers, and the readers are all so cute, and they cost $1. My glasses
Yeah.
cost like
Instead of
1,200.
400.
Oh, 400. And we were discussing that with my son the other day. The lens that they put in this the insurance company wouldn't pay for it. I had to
Oh
pay for it.
no.
Oh yeah, I had to pay for it. And
Well, I think now that I said that, my mom had to pay for hers too.
yeah, and
The insurance company wouldn't pay for hers either.
yeah, and it cost $1,200.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And
And so,
she decided it was worth it, and so
well, the last time I went to buy glasses, I spent 1,300. Okay, these lenses I have to pay 12 per eye, but I should never have to buy glasses again, except dollar readers.
yeah,
Where before I was buying glasses every 4 years or so. So
right.
it'll actually save me money in a big way. So, okay, I think what I am going to do. Okay, that should tie. I think I'm going to put mine across the middle, just like that, like you did. But I got to be really careful not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm only going to glue it to the back. What I think I'm going to do because
Me too, Debbie. I can't use readers,
um
but I've been
yeah,
wearing glasses since I was 18 months old because I also have that. I can't think of what you call it, the lazy eye.
uh-huh.
That's what my doctor used to call it, was lazy eye.
Well, I've never used readers before either, but when they put this new lens, I have a stigmatism in both eyes. But the new lens fixes the stigmatism in the eye, so now I need the readers to see up close. So my glasses were only for distance. I never used readers until they did this eye. But I have a choice, I can see far away or I can see up close, and readers are cheap and distance glasses cost money.
Yeah,
So, and I'm very, very pleased. I'm very, very, very pleased.
very, very.
Very, 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 very. It was so nice to go out. I could see basically every leaf today. Um, I'm still dizzy some of the time from, my brain still has to think about what's going on
Right.
because, it's not used to what's going on. So, um, and there's still,
I got lucky, Debbie. I didn't have to have the surgery, but I've been wearing glasses all that time.
I've worn mine
The
since
doctor told my mom I could have the surgery and it would help,
but
but not enough to keep me from wearing glasses, so I might as well just wear glasses.
uh-huh.
And
I've worn glasses since I was 4.
my mama agreed with him.
Mhm.
She
Mama's
didn't
not,
put me through
Mama's,
surgery as a little bitty one, so
okay, so
it's
what I'm going to do is open this like right in the middle. That's not right in the middle. Right in the middle, and I'm going to throw this that way. And now I can decorate this part, and then I can throw this way, and I can decorate that part. This is really interesting because you can see down through there, and you know that there's you're looking at the middle of the book, and you can see all the way through the spine.
Yeah. Yeah, mine you can't do that. So if you like that, don't do it the way I did it.
My father used to sing on road trips too, Holly. He would sing on the street. That is one thing about my father. He seemed to be a happy man until the very, very end. He was a happy man. Okay. Yes, Patricia, you can leave it till it gets dry. That's, you know,
We're just keeping on because
that
we're streaming.
that's right. Yeah, and I'm not going to get to finish it. I may not get to finish it with y'all, so I might have to do some on my own. Of course, this is a pretty good sized book. What are you going to do on the inside of all of yours, Lisa? Do you know yet?
Um, I don't know. I'm thinking I'll probably like use some I'm planning to cover my inside pages with scrappy paper
Okay.
and then do something on them. I don't know what. I may just collage an image on top of the scrappy paper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's kind of my plan. Was to do all scrappy paper inside, and then do images, or possibly um, what do you call it? Oh, my brain is gone. Doodle with my
Oh, yeah,
pins.
it would be good.
Mhm. So, and I'm just making smaller pieces because I didn't want big pieces on there. And I want sort of torn edges for the most part. I'm not going to tear all the papers off, but for some reason, these particular little pieces were straight. Must be Alabama. James Spain is the weatherman here. Oh, hi, Susan. I didn't see Susan come in. Hi, Lala Gamma.
Hi, Lala. We're glad you're here.
Yes, we are. We're glad you're all here.
Yes, we are.
Oh, it is hot in here tonight.
I'm having trouble deciding where to
Oh,
go.
Susan has on soft shoes,
So
and
she, yeah.
Mary is loving hers. Oh, Lisa, that's cute. Now, are you putting it down already? I didn't see. I didn't pay attention whether you were gluing or not.
Yeah, I'm gluing.
Okay.
I probably should have, you know, done my normal auditioning but I didn't. I just started gluing it down.
Well, that works. I have this funny piece like right there. I'm just going to start gluing too, and I think I'm gonna use this. Um, I have to tell you, no, I had trouble with this Liquitex matte medium
Hi,
making
Bootsy.
my security envelopes bleed.
Yeah.
Today I was doing a test. It makes permanent markers bleed.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to do some line drawings and collage them in. And now this is the old bottle. I didn't try the new bottle yet, but it made my pigment my micron pens bleed,
I would
and
have
they're
never.
permanent. And I thought, okay, well, it wasn't dry, but I did another test and I walked away, and sure enough, it still made them bleed. So I have decided that this stuff.
Probably won't be a new purchase for you.
Well, I went ahead and bought some the other day because Mary says she had that trouble too. I bought some more the other day because of the bottle it was in, but I won't be buying any more. Especially, one of the things I wanted to have something like this to take with me. I got it before we went on our no spending challenge.
Right.
Um, because I needed the Mod Podge is too hard to tote as far as taking on the trip.
Oh, right.
It is, it's in the container that's round and whatnot. I hadn't thought about using water bottles. You are so smart. Um, okay, see, and it's making that paper bleed. So that is just weird. It is just weird. I just don't get it.
That it's weird that it would do that. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of having it.
Yeah. Um, you know, well, and everybody does this stuff, so much cool stuff with it, and it's like, okay, why is it doing that? I don't know. But Mary just said it did it to her too, so
So it's
well,
not just you.
it's not with me. Uh, and I'm going to use
Kathy.
um what?
Oh, she just said she liked my cover. Dana said she puts her Mod Podge in a ketchup bottle.
Well, and Dana, hello. I don't think she had been here earlier. She must have just been listening. Um, Lisa put hers in water bottles from the thrift store, which that if I had thought about any of those things, a ketchup bottle or
Put my gesso in one
yeah.
too.
Now we would have to use up a ketchup bottle,
Yeah,
a bottle of
my Matte
ketchup.
Medium's in one. I
Yeah.
mean, my homemade Mod Podge is in one.
Mhm. And this is really ugly. I don't like this at all, but that's okay. It's going to be the bottom layer.
That's right.
And the whole
I'm
point
trying to
was
decide if I want to add something to this or if I like it enough to leave it like it is.
okay. Well, the other thing is if you're going to go over it with paint and then add other stuff to it, like the napkin and all that kind of thing, kind of got to let it dry.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one of the things that once it's all together, I had thought about not putting the whole book together, but putting 2 pages together and then decorating those 2 pages, and putting 2 pages together and decorating those 2 pages, or putting the base layer on.
Yeah.
And I almost wish I had done that because then you've got the base layer and 2 pages together, and then it would all dry, and then you could your base layers would be in, and then you could go on to the next thing. And I think this would be a cool book to do that with on a larger scale. Use the whole, big box kind of um, thing, and
Yeah.
therefore kind of use it like a glue book in some respects, but not. And your first layer of your art journal would be all finished. So that may be another book.
Right. I'm not sure I like these little tiny pages,
Uh
but
huh.
they're there. So
Okay, here's the deal. You've got a hinge there. Add a piece on both sides, or to one side, and you can add to your paper.
that's true. That's true. It could just be the hinge.
Empty dish soap bottles. Holly, that would work too. If there again, I buy dish soap in gigantic bottles and pour it in my little tiny bottle.
That's what I was going to say.
So
Um, go ahead.
so I would have this gigantic bottle. The only empty one I ever did is the gigantic one.
Well, I went looking at thrift stores for those mustard and ketchup bottles, the yellow and red bottles that
Mm-hmm.
Susan was talking about. Um, and I couldn't find them anywhere. I went to Walmart. I went looking, where they might have picnic stuff. They just didn't exist. And I thought, well, what else can I do that's similar? And that's when I decided on the water
Water
bottles.
bottle. I
Right
wonder if the
now, those at the thrift store.
I wonder if the dollar store would have them. I'm sure I have seen them somewhere
I have too, but they didn't have them when I was
when
looking.
you were looking for them.
I'm trying to decide if I want to put some fabric over this, just like in those two places, or if I
I kind of like it covered up a little bit, although it's awful pretty like that.
well, I'm also, contemplating going ahead and putting some gesso on it, and um, I don't know about the napkin now, but I kind
Yeah,
of think gesso might look good.
I think the gesso might look real good on it. I think I'd let it dry before I put the napkin on.
Yeah. Well, I'm not probably going to do anything else to it. Um,
Laura said she got her ketchup and mustard bottles at Dollar General.
ah, but I am going to go ahead and put some on the back.
And Nina said there's a kitchen supply. There probably is, Nina. I just, of course, Lisa and I are not spending anything on craft supplies until next year. So
So we're
we
just using what we got.
we're just going to have to deal with the bottles that we got. Luckily, I had gotten my what do you call it, matte medium before that started,
Yeah.
which I did get a video done. It's just not, it won't come out, and I just didn't get it edited yet. Well, I ran out of paper. Gotta have more. And I'm
You
not
ran
using my
out of
really
scraps? How can you
big.
run out of scraps?
No. I just ran out of what's laying here on my table.
Oh,
What I
okay.
pulled out of the box. I gotta have some. I tore up a bunch of things. I just didn't.
I'm glad I went ahead and now Susan was saying today she got paintbrushes and 6 erasers. And I'm so glad I went ahead and bought erasers
Uh
um,
huh.
earlier.
Yeah, because Carve December is not gonna be very much fun if we don't have erasers.
That's right.
But I got my eraser. I should have all I need. I think I didn't count them, but I should have all I need.
Yeah, I'm sure I have enough to do. It may not be. enough of the preferred thing, but I have plenty to do 31 days.
Yeah. That was my goal. Oh, I just threw that on the floor. That's what happened the other day. Is I threw things on the floor.
What channel doesn't exist? Let me see if I can see.
Janet must have put up a link. Doctor Shingle. Hi, Bootsy.
Yeah, Janet, you must have done a little something wrong with that one because that's what it says for me too.
Lisa
That's
and
weird.
Tommy. Oh no, I have to tell you, I already came home with art supplies today. They didn't cost me a thing. We had to go to lunch, right?
Yeah.
We were out running all those errands, so we had to go to lunch. Jeffrey said, "How about soup and salad?" I said, "That sounded good to me." So we're standing in the line waiting for a table, and I said to the girl, I said, "I want one of these." And I took crayons and the kids menu, and so there's art supplies on there.
Well, at least
Uh,
you didn't pay for them.
nope, I didn't pay for them. I didn't buy any art supplies, and I'm going to tell you what. I really had a hard time walking away from those cute little blingy things. Um, Dollar Tree has the cutest fall bling stuff. Um, it has little tiny um, leaves. They're just adorable. Besides the little, um, what do you call those things? The little, oh, there's some sitting right here. These things, okay, besides that stuff, it's on a sheet and it's these little doodads with these little tiny leaves with them. So cute. And I walked away. I did not bring any home. And yes, we're going to recycle. We're not going to garbage bin. I'm not sure whose channel she was trying to get to make work, but she
I
got
think
it.
it was mine
Ah, okay.
for the next one.
For the next one.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, I agree. Okay. Part of the problem is a lot of these scraps are not paper, they are um, more like cardstock. That
Uh,
is part of my scrap problem because they don't work for everything. Now I
yeah.
have all those cool paper scraps that from my book that I just finished, but I want them for top layers. I don't want them for the bottom layer of this.
Right.
Okay, let's take this off of there because it's going to be. Okay, there we go. Let's turn this around.
Mina says she found 3 designs at Dollar Tree: copper colored acorns, metallic red and gold maple leaves, and gold oak leaves.
Yes, that's what the ones I saw today, Mina. They were so cute. They were just so cute. But Mina, did you see this? They had this year too. Um, I didn't buy this because I got this last year. But see, it's silver on one side and gold on the other, and this one's copper and gold. And they had this again this year. My name is Lala, and I hoard any perspective art supplies. I like the word perspective art supplies. That's a good way to put it. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, put this in there. What did you decide? You're gonna put the. Oh, I like that. That's cute. And Mina, last year, I found that stuff and nobody else had it, and I hunted them. I told everybody about it, and then I couldn't find any anywhere. So this year, I wanted to tell everybody that it was out. It was. What's really weird is that they have all of their October um, stuff out, of course. But I thought those little maple leaves and acorns were just adorable. Um, Lala, that happens to me too. Fabric, fabric rack. I'm thinking she means fabric tack and those metallic transfer sheets. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Irma. That stuff's cool. Oh, Mina's on the hunt. Okay. Well, Lisa and I are not spending, so we're gonna have to behave ourselves, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. I'm really fine with it. I'm
Um,
proud of myself for being fine with it as I am.
it will be the books. It will be books
Yes.
and magazines and the likes of that. That that will be my hard part because I like to get my new books. So
I'll just have to hope I don't see any.
yeah, that's another part. We are going to be gone during the library book sale, so that's going to be a help for me.
Yeah.
Because that would be really hard for me to miss. And I there won't be one until after the first of the year because we're going to miss the one. So that's kind of a good thing in some respects. Of course, I don't
Well,
need
Hannah
them.
will probably be happy because we always end up fighting over the books, and she didn't make the same pledge I did, so
There you go.
she can get books, and I'll just have to be wistful.
Um,
Enjoy letting her use them, I guess.
Irma, I don't know because I don't buy fabric tack. So I know that art glitter glue is pricey. Whew.
Yes, Lois, I'm doing the challenge too. I decided that was a good thing for me to do.
Lois is too. Um,
I think there are a lot of us doing it.
I think
I don't
so.
think when she started that she knew she was going to have so many people join her.
I don't think so. I think that's why there were several people talk to her about doing a Facebook group as
Yeah.
kind of support thing. And I had already planned with my trip to do brochures, the things that we pick up, and use them to do some things that I want to do. So that
Well, that
did,
works out good.
yeah, it worked out very good. So and that was one of the things in her second video was that if you're doing swaps and stuff, you have to pay postage and buy that stuff. But that's not, that's really not a craft supply.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a socialization supply. And
It's a gift. That's part of your gift.
there you go. That's right. Oh, that's cool, Irma. Mina says that the fabric tack is, and it was funny. I took mom to her sewing embroidery club meeting. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and the owner of the store made the comment that she uses fabric tack for everything, and I didn't realize that she even had it in the store. Apparently, she's had it for a while.
Yeah, Debbie, you can buy um, replace your glues or replace like buy re-inkers or replace ink pads that you already have that color but it's gone bad. You just can't buy new colors and um, of inks.
Yeah, and like if you paint all the time and you're missing and you use up all your white paint, really and truly, you can't paint without white paint or black paint. But um, even though I use paint for my jelly plate and stuff like that, I'm not going to buy any paint because I need to use the colors I have.
Yeah, me too.
But at the same time, if you need, it's really hard to do certain things without white. So if you use up all your white paint, but I think I've got plenty of white paint, I should be
Me too.
fine.
I should be fine. Yeah.
Cardstock,
Hate to admit it, but
cardstock, and copy paper is on the list of things you can buy, um, and I should be fine with those things.
yeah, she said white or ivory cardstock and copy paper. It can't
Yeah.
be decorative
Yes.
because it
Yeah.
has to be stock items,
Yeah.
not something you can use instead of buying scrapbook paper. That'd be
Right.
kind of cheating.
Yeah.
Although all you have to do is get out your jelly plate and use your white copy paper and make you some paper that
Some.
you can use instead of
Right.
scrapbook paper.
Well, and apparently she uses a lot of digitals because her
Yeah,
comment was that you could buy ink. Well, I will have to buy ink, not because I make digitals, but because I have to have ink for my labels and stuff for work.
yeah,
Glues, inks, nothing new. That's the thing, nothing new. And to no new, not buying any new digital kits or any new papers or um, that kind of stuff. Um, that's just not big enough.
yeah. I did do a video on it, but so did her. Her channel is Emephemera's Treasures. EMME. It's EMM and then ephemera put together and then treasures. Emephemera's Treasures is the name of the girl who started this whole thing.
And I have a video that I've done. I just haven't, just because it's a commitment video kind of thing. That I just said that I'm going to commit to doing it. That, and it's to share her
That
project.
yeah, that's what my video is just saying I'm going to do it and letting people know where her channel is.
Yeah, that's so pretty on the front. But you're right. I think some gesso would make it cool.
I think so. And this is the
Sherry,
back.
Sherry Garcia. I missed something. Dana's gonna send us her scraps. Um, I think I got enough of those. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just got out more green paper, and I don't want more green paper on there. Why do I just not have? That's too heavy. I have a whole box behind me, and here I am just digging in that piece. All right, we're just going to use a little piece of this because I have to. Just have to. And I'm probably going to use some more of that over the top of the gesso when I do the gesso part.
Yeah.
Some of my jelly plate prints. Okay, but now I have to let stuff dry. I can't do
Yeah.
much.
That's what I was going to say. Now I've done pretty much all I can do.
Until it dries a little bit better. I probably,
The back, you can really see the glue. So I
uh,
think I'm going to put some lace down the back,
okay.
but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to let this all dry first.
Norma's leaving. Good night, Norma.
Good night, Norma. Thanks for coming.
Um, the problem with working on the inside is going to be the same thing as this. As we add our stuff, we're going to have to wax paper it together.
Yeah. Yeah. And I still have some wax paper in mine.
Where your
Um,
glue is sticking.
well, just it where it was the wettest.
Hmm.
Some of them I don't have any wax paper between, and they don't seem to be sticking. But
Well,
in fact, it looks like they're sticking. It's sticking to the wax paper more than the pages.
we could also use that, heat tool thing. If you use your heat tool,
That's true.
I don't do that, so I'm one of those rotten people. And I did cover up my whole strip on the back. See here, that's the back cover, and this is the one that wraps around the front cover. Now, if I decide these are too short, I can sew some things to it. So I'm going to sit here and tear the edges off of some of these scraps so that I have. Cause see, this is what I was really wanting is this kind of scrap. And I have some cool scraps from an envelope. Oh, and you know me, I have all of this. This just happens to be in my scrap bin.
Oh yeah.
This is security envelopes.
Good night,
And
Laura.
like I said, for some unknown reason, that medium makes things bleed. So I'm just going to have to put up with it. So
Well, maybe you can figure out a way to make it work for you. I mean, to make the bleeding be part of your
I,
look.
I was going to say, well, especially if I'm going to do um, some gesso over the top of it,
Yeah.
then that's okay.
Mary's
Debbie,
ready to decorate the inside. That's what I'm going to do on the 17th, Mary, is decorate the inside. I probably won't get it all done, but that's my plan. I may
well,
go ahead and I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and gesso the front and back covers on that day. I think I'll probably do that in advance. I may do it on a live stream or something. Um,
I want to say goodnight to Debbie. Good night, Debbie.
Good night, Debbie. I may do this on a video between now and then so I can work inside on the 17th, but that's my plan is to work inside. It depends on
Um,
what you want to do with them.
yeah, Mary, it really depends on what you want to do with it. I'm going to kind of do this to the pages. I'm kind of waiting to see if this is going to dry a little bit tonight, but um, It's awful. That's another thing about this I don't like. The Mod Podge, that one would have been dry. I would have been able to fold it and work on another page. With this that medium stuff, it takes forever for stuff to dry. I did a cover for my 100-day project the other day. I'm working on that, and I did Mod Podge, and by the time I got one side done, I could turn it over.
Oh, yeah. Mary, I think
Ooh,
I'm gonna glue scrap papers inside, and then I'm gonna gesso on top of them, kinda like I'm gonna do the cover. So I'm not gonna gesso mine, but if you want to gesso, go ahead and do it in advance if so that you've got it ready. Um, just depends on what you wanna do inside it.
I'm just getting little scrap papers done because I'm gonna have to um, work on mine a little bit because I know that even if I get to pop in on the 17th, I probably won't be able to work on this that much. And Lisa, I'll know more closer to the 17th. That's the bit going to be the problem. Is just it while we're gone, it's all in what park we're in, whether or not their Wi-Fi is good enough.
Right, that makes sense. Well, just let me know on that day, and
Well,
I'll
Mary said she would stream too, so
yeah, I'm gonna send Mary a link, but I could just send you a link too, and you can come in if you can.
yes, that will work too. Yeah, because I could also possibly come in with my phone. Just me. Maybe
Yeah.
not, maybe not necessarily work, but anyways, I'm tearing around all these scraps because I don't like the little straight corners on everything. So I wanted to have a little more scrap. And I think what's going to happen is I'm going to put down gesso over this kind of thing. I'm going to put down this kind of thing. Then I'm going to put down some gesso and kind of wipe it off a little bit so that it's not totally covered. And then go back in with my plate prints. And then after that, I don't know, probably an image or something, or maybe
Yeah.
quotes or something like that. I
I was
really,
thinking maybe I'm gonna do kinda like you're doing there inside, and then gesso, and then I haven't decided if I wanna do, I was thinking I could put poems or quotes or, images or maybe, some of all of it.
yeah,
It wouldn't have to be just one thing, so Mary's gonna show hers first thing in her stream tomorrow morning, so we'll have to
okay.
watch that. I'll have to watch the replay, Mary.
I will
I'm
too
in the
because I
bed
have
when you get up to stream, so well, no, I'm not. I'm in bed long before that, but I'm just really sleeping good by then.
well, and I will be up, but not by the time she starts to scream, and I have to get ready to go to the doctor in the morning. I have my
Yeah.
1 week eyeball checkup tomorrow, and I have my 6 month, doctor checkup tomorrow. And it's heck when you get old and you have to go to the doctor all the time. This is really fun.
It looks like you're having fun.
hmm
I'm just
You know,
sitting
there,
here watching.
there's an awful pretty paper towel in my trash bin though.
Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that.
Look, ooh, okay, art supply. Isn't that
Oh, there
pretty?
you go.
Suppose this paper towel would come apart. Are paper towels layered? Yes.
Yeah, they usually are 2 layers. I mean, not all of them, I guess, but most of them are. I had a whole box of paper towels that had alcohol ink and stuff on them,
Uh huh.
and I was hoarding them, and I was never using them, and I finally decided, this is ridiculous, and so I threw them away, and now I'm sitting here thinking, that would really be good.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Uh huh. Well, I don't tend to use paper towels, so but I was doing something yesterday and I made a mess. I mean, I had a big slimy puddle on my table. Um, I mean, it was a
Not
big.
Mary.
Good night, Mary. Um, and so I had to clean it up. Ta-da!
You got it apart.
I got it apart. Let's put some on there. I don't want the whole thing, but let's put some on there just for the fun of it.
Okay, I'm just going to sit here and watch you play.
Okay. You don't think you can put your gesso on there?
Oh, I probably could. Um, I'm trying
But
to
you
decide.
just don't know that you want to.
I guess I'm just not 95% committed to the gesso.
Aha, I see.
But I just realized I could just open this up and put gesso on the front and back both,
Uh-huh.
and then I could leave it like this.
And let it get dry.
Yeah.
See, and
Hmm.
that's what I'm thinking that I would have been happier had I put 2 pages together and decorated 2 pages, and then put two more to at least the base decoration, not necessarily the whole decoration, but the base decoration.
Yeah. It'd be worth doing one like that just to see if
Hmm.
how much easier it is to work on, if the end product is better and all of that for
Well,
an experiment.
and I'm one of those people that does not like to work in a book. I like to work on individual pages. So that probably would have made me happier. I think that's cool. Oops, it rolled up.
It looks good. I like it. It tones it down.
It tones it down and
Gesso now.
pardon?
So that you don't even need gesso now.
No. Well, it might dry clearer than it looks, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put some gesso on it. And
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
I'm
Get me
going
a
to go
little
ahead and
part
put a
out.
piece of this on the back because we can.
That's right. Um.
Good night, Mary.
Thanks, Mary. Okay. Come on.
I like the construction of the book, though. I think it's cool that you you glue it together. You don't. So I like that texture to it.
Yeah. Me
That you
too.
glue it and you don't have any sewing because there are those that do not like to sew. Doesn't bother me. I do kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Oh, I think you need a wet wipe or something to wipe some of it off.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think I had did too much, even doing that.
Okay, can you use a wet wipe, or is that what that is?
That's what that is.
Uh,
I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad.
yeah.
Oh. All right. Let me get another one for the front. Okay.
Night, night, Lala.
We might be putting a napkin on top of it anyway.
Yeah,
Since I
yeah. I'm a little sad now too.
well the front I like better.
I do too. Um, it didn't dry as much before you got to it with the wet wipe.
Yeah, I guess not. That's kind of weird because I did it. Well, I brushed it. I put the stuff down first, but I did the wiping second. I mean, I spread it on and then wiped it off after I had done the other side.
Uh-huh. Guys, I'm really glad that you came to see how's everybody's books going. I know that Mary was at a good stopping point. Susan says get some water to it fast, but I think it's going. That's better. Now,
Yeah,
if it gets on the that
the
binding
fantasy
part,
part is
yeah, because
not coming off.
you can you could ink that part
Yeah.
there, and it'll be okay. Yeah, that's
Okay.
better. I kind of like
Whew,
it
I was
on there.
scared there for a minute.
Yeah, it looks very distressed. I agree with Kathy. It looks nice and distressed and pretty cool.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead. We're gonna go for it and just go ahead and ink that gesso
Yeah,
and see what happens.
just where the spine part is, not on your fabric part, right?
Not this part, but this part.
That part, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't you think some ink would tone that gesso down a little and make it?
I think so. We're gonna try it and see.
Yeah, that's better.
I may be ruining my ink.
Uh oh. Oh, because you're getting gesso into it.
Yeah.
Uh oh, that's not good. Can't do
No,
that.
it's not.
Better stop.
It's too late now. It's already. I mean, pretty much done all the gesso part.
But that looks way better now. Now, are you liking it now?
I like it better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, not right there though. That's just too splotchy. I don't know. I may take a piece of I think I may glue this down and then take a wide piece of lace and put over all of
Put
that.
over all of it.
Yeah. Let me glue this down and then I'll look and see what kind of lace I've got.
Let's put some gesso on here. Oh, I can't even get to my. My gesso does not want to come out. Are you in there? Don't tell me you've gotten that thick. Tell me don't use my gesso often enough. Oh
Are you
my.
talking to yourself? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah, my gesso is really thick. Really, really thick.
Really, really?
Yeah, really, really thick. Okay. Um, you know, I think I will stick some matte medium in it.
I'm
Um,
trying to think what I might have that would be wide enough to go on there that would um
I would tell you that piece of black, but it was
too proof.
too frou-frou, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And anything else I have may be just as bad. one's too wide. Most of them are not going to be wide enough. Ooh,
Oh, what? Oh, that.
look at that.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty.
Okay. Um, let me do one thing first, though.
Oh, this has got a bunch of texture under it.
Yeah.
Can you see it? It
Uh
came out.
huh.
I like how that. Now I had to kind of put a bunch of matte medium into my gesso because the gesso was honestly gonna stick like paint. It's texture paint. Yes, that's right. That's about what it was. It's texture paint. Uh huh. Texture paint. Is it gonna work, Lisa?
I don't know. Let me. I'm thinking about. I was gonna put this on the spine,
Mm-hmm. Can't quite see. Okay, I see it now. Okay.
and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna see what I if I want to add
Add
something.
something more. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of liking this now, but mine I wasn't real. I knew that the back was just the background was just a background. I
Yeah.
wasn't in love with it in the first place. I had no intention of leaving it there. I'm liking the fact that I put that um, paper towel on there because it's like it's all textury and
I think I'm gonna have to wait on the lace parts because my pages keep pulling away
uh
when I'm
huh,
trying to mess with it. So
yeah. And not only that, it might be that you would get goo on it because of it not being solid spine.
yeah,
Okay, I'm happy. Yeah.
I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna stand it up right here. If I have a couple of, that's not heavy enough.
Okay, I'm more. I like the back better than the front, which that's not good because I put my.
Well, just turn it around and upside down.
Well,
Left or
it's about the way I left my tie.
yeah.
Susan says the other lace
I think
looks
she liked
more
this lace better than this one.
than that one.
But I guess I could just put 3 layers of it. One on the front, one on the back, one on the spine.
Hmm.
That's what I would have to do if I used it.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if I could put this on the spine and then layer this over and put it on the front and the back. And then all that the spine would really show would be this flower part in the middle
Uh huh.
because it would be covered with this.
I don't know. The
I,
the
I,
one
that's
looks
what I'm
more
thinking.
delicate than the other.
It is, yeah. But my book is not delicate.
That's it. And you don't have three pieces of the darker.
Um, yeah, I do. I do. I have plenty of it. I have this much.
Well, that might be using three pieces, but I don't know. The other looks pretty too. I mean, it's all pretty. So,
It's all subjective.
hmm I think now that this, when I put something over this, like a napkin, it will show up kind of cool, or more of my
Yeah,
papers. I'm happy with that look. I don't. I like this one better than this one, but that's beside the point. I'll deal with it later. I can start from scratch and put more papers on it too.
that's what I was going to say. Yeah, you could just add some more papers on top of that. And
Yeah, yeah. It does. you know, I just like the bigger pieces and the way that went together. This was too many small pieces. Susan says the dark is pretty too, so. But I'm gonna have to let this dry because I can't do anything inside until.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm done for the day.
Okay. Well,
We've
I
pretty much
okay.
done what we can do.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe more than we should have.
No, Susan. I put gesso over the top of it, so it's going to have that white filmy kind of thing. I had been doing clear and clear and clear until I put the gesso in there, and now it's going to have that. It'll dry up some, but for the most part, it's going to have that kind of a like film look. And then the plan was to add something else on top of it. So, and of course, like I said, this is actually upside down because this is supposed to be my front cover and that was supposed to be my back cover. Only because I put my tie like so. I've got glue on my hands. Well, yeah. Like I said, I honestly wish I had worked my book a little different. Um, I work I wish that I had done 2 pages and gone to the glue stage and then done 2 pages and gone to the glue stage because then I could have gotten more work done on it. So this would be cool too, Janet. This would be a really cool book to put jelly prints on. Oh, it would be so cool to put jelly prints on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I may have to get out some more cardboard and just do that. You could use cardstock too. Just cardstock all the same size. Even I mean that particular hinge system would work with just about anything.
Take care, Kathy. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, night, Kathy. So I think it's about time to go. What do you think, Lisa?
I think so too. I can,
You can go rest.
yeah.
Well, and my
It's just
eyeballs,
my head stopping up again. My medicine's gone.
rest is gone. Well, my eyeballs are just dry and tired.
Yeah. Well, you rest your eyeballs. I'll rest the rest of my head.
Okay. And we'll see you all later. And I will try to come in um, on the 17th, Lisa. I just don't know where we'll be. So,
Yeah. Well, I understand. I hope you can, but I sure understand if you can't. You'll be having fun.
well, we may be sitting in Red Bay, Alabama, which, if that's the case, it depends on which campground we get into because we have to have some work on the camper done.
Oh, okay.
Nothing, nothing bad. We there we have some things that we want to have. We've known from the beginning we want to have done. We want solar panels put on top and
Oh, okay. Good
some
night, Holly.
good night
Good night,
holly
Linda.
and some awnings. Um, some
Good night,
couple of things,
Janet.
a couple of things that they don't come with, unfortunately.
Good night, Patricia. I felt like
Okay,
I'm
guys,
on Colton's.
we're gonna go. Thank you, Janet, so much for doing that for us all night long.
Yes, we appreciate it very
We
much.
appreciate it greatly. And guys, I'm really glad you were here. Thanks so much for coming. And I can't wait to see how everybody's books are going. So please, please, please post them in the groups. So, okay, I'm going to end the broadcast, Lisa.
All righty. Bye bye.
Bye bye.